This is the first computer in human history, although it was bulky and messy. But it was the invention of this computer that helped end World War II 2 years early, saving the lives of millions of soldiers. At the time, Germany's Enigma machine was a top-secret communication device. It consisted of 5 rotor-like gears and a 26-letter keyboard. Although its design was simple, no one could crack it, because it had 159 trillion combinations of codes. This meant that if the Allies used manual algorithms, it would take 20 million years to test all possible combinations by trying one every 10 minutes. The Germans encrypted all their communications with it, and they changed the Enigma key settings, including the rotor sequence and initial positions. At midnight every day, the Allies could usually intercept the first German encrypted message at 6 a.m., leaving them just 18 hours to decode it. Once the clock strikes midnight, their day's work is wasted. The Enigma cipher was known as the World War II cipher machine that could never be broken. It caused the Allies a great deal of headaches on the battlefield. To crack the Enigma and turn the tide of war, Britain gathered top scholars from various fields for the task. Allen was one of them. Faced with such a huge amount of calculations, other mathematicians were working on algorithms. Allen was working on a device that could do the calculations quickly. He believed that only machines could defeat machines. Human calculation power was simply not enough to break the Enigma. But this was met with derision by his co-workers, saying he was being whimsical. But Allen didn't let that stop him. He always believed that this method was feasible. After countless days and nights of research, Allen successfully designed the machine structure. He presented his blueprints to the commander, hoping to secure £100,000 to build the machine. But the commander immediately rejected his request, thinking it was a pipe dream. But everyone underestimated Allen's determination. He wrote a letter to Prime Minister Churchill, and not only did he get a response, but Churchill appointed Allen as the project's lead to build the machine and decrypt the German messages. One of Allen's first acts on the job was to fire 2 linguists because they didn't know anything about code breaking. But after the layoffs, the team was short-staffed, so Allen made another shocking move. He placed a crossword puzzle in the newspaper, promising a well-paid job to those who completed it within a set time. This started a crossword puzzle craze, regardless of age or occupation. All who had free time were playing it. Even beggars on the street were trying it out. In the end, only 50 people were selected after a screening process. Come to the retesting section. In this round, Allen posed an even harder math problem, requiring it to be solved within 6 minutes. Even Allen himself takes 8 minutes, but less than 6 minutes into the test, a girl raises her hand to signal completion. Allen was shocked, but also delighted. After the test, only 2 people successfully passed, officially joining the decryption team. MI6 required them to sign a non-disclosure agreement, and if they revealed any information to the public, they would be executed for treason. Although there are 2 new colleagues, but there was still no progress in deciphering the cipher machine. The pressure on the team was mounting. Every day a password isn't cracked. Countless civilians and soldiers die in the war. Allen spent his days working on the machine. This caused resentment among his colleagues. One even threw a bottle at him. The colleague intended to smash the machine, but thankfully, a more rational colleague stopped them. In the face of the colleague's doubts and incomprehension, Allen kept working on the machine at night. During the day, he tried to get along with his co-workers. Finally, with his persistent efforts, in 1941, the first deciphering machine was successfully launched.